What vision do Hillary Clinton and her party offer the people? They want what America that doesn't stand out. They want an America that is ordinary. There's kind of a gloom and grayness to things. In the America they want, the driving force is the state. It is a place where government is taken away from the people, where we are ruled by our betters, by a cold and unfeeling bureaucracy that replaces original thinking. It is a place where the government twists the law and the Constitution itself to suit its purposes. It's a place where liberty is always under assault, where passion, the very stuff of life, is extinguished. That is the America Hillary Clinton wants. And if given control of Washington, if given control of Congress, it is the kind of America she will stop at nothing to have. The America that they want is remade in the mold of what we call liberal progressivism. We have been told, if we just spend more money, create more programs to live under, more rules to live by, put one more wing on the great palace of government, this will solve all of our problems. Yet after all of that, we feel less safe and less secure, less free and less prosperous. As government grows more unaccountable and unresponsive, there is less faith and less trust. And that is because liberal progressivism simply does not work. It's the longest con. It preaches to us about fairness while snuffing out the striving that is at the heart of a free society. Perhaps then it should come as no surprise that we are in the weakest economic recovery since the Great Depression. That people are working longer hours for less. That we are supposed to accept this as all of a permanent new normal. I mean, just look at yourselves. All the work that you put into getting this great high-quality education right here at Madison. All of it leading to the moment where you can strike out on your own. And it's about as tough as it's ever been to find a good, decent-paying job. A job that will help you start to tackle your debt and get you on the right path. I mean, this may be the worst thing about liberal progressivism. It actually hurts the very people it is claiming to protect. There are now more than 94 million Americans who are not just out of work. They're not even looking for work. Nearly 1 out of 3 men over the age of 20 are not currently in the workforce. America's idle army, they are called. Think about that for a second. A whole generation of workers threatens to be wiped out by liberal progressive policies. Unless we act, what becomes of these people, our fellow citizens? The system does not adapt to you. It doesn't customize to you. It just pushes you along the conveyor belt, from program to program. It keeps people down instead of helping them break free. And it goes against everything the American idea represents. This is what liberal progressivism is. It is the bad landlord that raises your rent but doesn't fix the heat. You know, maybe the place was nice once, but there hasn't been any upkeep. Sure, they promise you all kinds of upgrades, but nothing changes. At least not for you. Maybe the folks up on the top floor, but not for you. But then you are given no choice but to sign the same lease. And so you're stuck. No way up, no way out. Here is what you need to know about our political opponents. The left does not just seek a continuation of the last 8 years. They do not just seek to further the liberal progressive experiment. They intend to make it into a reality, an arrogant, condescending, and paternalistic reality. The country may be drowning in debt, but what are they proposing? Another stimulus package of more government spending. I mean, you'd think that after the last 8 years, the left would realize there's no money left for their schemes, but apparently not. The economy may be suffocated by regulations, but Washington Democrats are in the midst of proposing a record slew of rules, an onslaught, from everything from overtime pay to retirement planning. Our tax code may be one of the least competitive in the world, but Washington Democrats propose a continual stream of massive tax increases. In America, the one that they want, and the tax code that they want, our tax code is not a source of growth, it's a machine of redistribution. And for families looking for some relief, any relief from Obamacare, They propose no cure. In fact, Washington Democrats, they want to expand Obamacare. They want to take us further toward government-run health care. That is the America Hillary Clinton and Washington Democrats want. But it is not the America that we want. We want an America that values disruption and innovation. Because in a time when you can customize your life right down to the channels you want, one-size-fits-all designs are creaky, they're worn out, they're obsolete. I mean, you see this in your daily lives as millennials. Even in an age of diversity, it demands conformity and sameness. It traps people. It traps people in healthcare exchanges you can't navigate, rules you can't understand or afford, and a tax code you can't make heads or tails of unless you hire an army of lawyers. This is not about freeing you. It is about limiting you. There's no room to run, no chance to grow, or to fail for that matter. People are not needed, they're counted and sorted. This is how you can so casually classify whole groups of people as baskets of deplorables. It's how Hillary Clinton can so casually say, and I quote, "We are going to put a lot of coal miners and coal companies out of business," as if government, that imperial we she was talking about, should be able to just wave a wand and put a whole industry of workers out of work. And it is how her associates can so casually say, as we learned this week, that a whole faith, a whole church is severely backwards. This is the America that the left wants. And if Congress does not stand for this, and a Republican Congress will not stand for this, they will hire unelected bureaucrats to do their bidding and appoint activist judges to do the rubber stamping of their designs. You see, the left, they're not challenging the system. They're rigging this system. Because liberal progressivism is not government for the people, it's government by them, the elites. You see, when Hillary Clinton says we are all stronger together, what she means is that we are stronger if we are all subject to these rules, to government. What she means is we are stronger if we give up our ties and our responsibility to one another and hand it all over to government. If we take apart our ability to customize our solutions and fight for progress right in our own communities. But there is no strength in any of this, only hubris. Only the arrogance to assume that we are better off if we fall in line or bow down to our betters. That may be the kind of America, not the kind of America we want. The America we want is about empowering people to flourish and to thrive. But we don't just need to peel away a few regulations here and there. We need to restore self-government. We need to make sure that we are writing the laws that we live under, not unelected bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. We offer these ideas to give our fellow citizens a clear choice. Are we going to be positive and inclusive and bring people together and reclaim our founding principles? Or are we going to be overrun by liberal progressivism with more drift, more despair, and more decline? That is the choice before us. We will not just lose our quality of life or our standard of living. We are at risk of losing the spirit and the initiative that makes America exceptional in the first place. And if Hillary Clinton wins, and if she is given control of Washington, if she is given control of Congress, it will not be long before we come to that precipice. But that does not have to happen.